Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's microclass. What we are going to learn today is the quality requirements of accounting information. As everyone knows in the previous study, the purpose of our accounting work is to provide accounting information for users of accounting information. Information users can, according to the information we provide, make decisions that maximize their economic benefits. Therefore, it is very important to control the information quality provided by accounting. This is the theme of our study today. 8 requirements for restricting the quality of accounting information. It mainly includes reliability, relevance, understandability, comparability. Substance is more important than form. Materiality, prudence and timeliness. Next, let's learn these 8 requirements one by one. The first requirement to introduce to you is reliability. Reliability requires that the information provided by accounting must be true and reliable, with complete content, that is to say, there can be no accounting fraud. The reason why reliability is put first is that it's the most basic of these 8 requirements. The most important one. Just think about it. If all the information provided by our accountants is false, what's the point of the remaining 7 requirements? So reliability is the most important of these 8 requirements. The most basic one. This requirement to be introduced next is called relevance. We talked about it at the beginning of class. The purpose of the work is to provide accounting information for information users. Hence, information users can, according to the information we provide, make decisions that maximize their economic benefits. Therefore, what relevance requires is that accounting should provide effective information that can help information users make decisions, instead of some irrelevant junk information. The third requirement is understandability. In fact, it can be seen from the word itself. It requires that the information provided by accountants should be clear and accurate, and concise to the point. It is convenient for information users to understand and use. Under no circumstances should one intentionally confuse the public and prevent information users from reading relevant accounting information out of personal desires. The next requirement is comparability. I believe everyone has heard a saying. It's called no comparison, no harm. But in fact, I want to tell my classmates, there is no progress without comparison. Comparability means that the accounting information provided by enterprises should be comparable with each other. The comparison here mainly includes 2 levels. The first one, and the accounting information provided should be able to compare with their previous performance. Only in this way can we know what changes I have made today compared with yesterday. This is also called horizontal comparison. The second is that the accounting information provided by accounting should be able to follow the same industry. Enterprises make comparisons. Only in this way can the enterprise know where the gap is between me and others. This is also called vertical comparison. The 5th requirement is that substance is more important than form. This requirement is relatively difficult to understand among the 8 requirements. It is also the difficulty of this lesson. What students should understand is what essence is. What is form? Why is substance more important than form? Let's first introduce a social phenomenon to pave the way for everyone. Now there is such a phenomenon in society. It's a man and a woman who didn't go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get a marriage certificate. Form the actual situation. They support both parents together. They live together every day, although they are not legally husband and wife. But from the actual situation, they have fulfilled all the obligations between husband and wife. So everyone will regard them as a couple. Back to accounting. Generally speaking, when we talk about the principle that substance is more important than form, a special kind of business often comes up: financial leasing. The characteristic of this business is that its legal form is leasing equipment, as the lease contract was signed. But in fact, It is the enterprise that is making installment payments. That is to say, the equipment is being purchased in the form of paying rent by installments. So, according to that principle that substance is more important than form, the enterprise should regard this equipment as its own asset. This is the application of the principle that substance is more important than form in accounting. The next requirement is called materiality. Materiality requires that the accounting information provided by enterprises should be reflected in the financial situation of enterprises. All important transactions or events related to operating results and cash flow. How to judge whether it is important or not? In practice, if the omission of accounting information is misstated, it will affect users like investors who use financial reports to make decisions based on this. This information is important. The next requirement is called prudence. Prudence requires that enterprises should not overestimate assets or income, nor can we underestimate liabilities or expenses. When you think something good is going to happen, don't be too happy. Please wait until it really happens. When you think something bad is going to happen, we must plan ahead, because only in this way can we prevent problems before they happen. The last request: timeliness. Timeliness requires enterprises to confirm transactions or events that have occurred in a timely manner. Measurement and reporting cannot be advanced or delayed. This class focuses on introducing 8 kinds of quality requirements of accounting information. They are reliability, relevance, understandability, comparability, substance is more important than form, materiality, prudence, and timeliness. Only when these requirements are met, when information users read accounting information, it can help them make decisions that maximize economic benefits. All right, that's all for today's microclass. Goodbye, everyone.